But there's also, I mean, there's a crossover, and this, which you brought along, which I've never seen before, is a fascinating crossover, because this is, if we want to talk about that, that's coca flour already pre-mixed with a lime and alkaline sauce for chewing.
Yeah, this is originally this is from the Colombian, Peruvian, Amazon border, an indigenous group that had access to the leaves, which were quite low in potency, with a very low presence of the alkaloids. Their way of using it was making it into flour and mixing it with the alkaline agents, and this is actually that product.
Right.
And this is like an energy enhancer, comparable to coffee or cut, maybe. We will hear about it later. That could have a market in as a mild stimulant, even for young people who want to go out and want to stay awake for a longer period, or have to study for their exams, or people have to work and deliver reports and stuff. And it could be very interesting products for the European market.
So this is all happening though in the context of, could you clarify for us what is the legal status of coca leaf under international law?
This is a Class A drug here in the United Kingdom. That's a consequence of the prohibition and the tearing with the same brush of cocaine of the coca leaf. It has been scheduled in the 1961 Single Convention in Schedule 1, which is the highest, one of the two highest schedules to control drugs, at the same level as its derivative, so as cocaine and pasta. In a few countries in South America, it's legal to use coca. It's not being considered a drug. Mainly in the Andean region, but also in the north of Argentina, where there's quite widespread use of the tea and the chewing. That's the legal status, let's say. And most of the national legislations have simply included all the substances from these 1961 convention lists into their national legislation, which makes that this is a Class A drug in the UK. Not because the British government has ever tried to think about that it could be a different substance, because they simply repeated.
So this is an extraordinary kind of dissonance, isn't it? Because this is a substance that's being stirred into porridge in old people's homes, which is at the same time as the same legal status as crack or heroin.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the sort of local attitude in the region to the international view that coca is a drug? How's that understood?
That's understood by most, and even by those governments that are not actively trying to change the current situation, as an insult to their culture, and as a historical mistake, due for repair. I mean, the government of Bolivia particularly is trying to change the attitude of the international institutions towards the leaf and make a very clear distinction between cocaine and coca. It's been used as its name. I have a Google alert, you know, these Google alerts on coca, on the word coca, and like 80% is about Coca-Cola, 10% is about cocaine, but they call it coca because it's from, even for children. If you talk to them about coca, they understand it as cocaine. So the whole image of the leaf has been completely overshadowed by cocaine.
Right.
Yeah.
So just finally at this point, what are the consequences of, in terms of the trade and the economics of coca, of it being classified as a drug?
the inclusion of the coca leaf in the Schedule 1 lists of the 61 Convention makes it impossible to have a normal market, an international market for these kinds of products. So the countries that produce them are not able to export these products, such as the leaves or the tea or whatever you can make of it, because there's also like as a local anesthetic, there's like creams you can use for people that are quite useful for arthritis and rheumatic kind of but it's simply impossible because formally you cannot export or import the coca products because it contains cocaine. So in order to change that, the status of the leaf has to change within the conventions, and there's a very vivid market, illegal market of the tea. So on the internet, if you want, you can simply buy, and it gets sent to you by mail. There apparently is an interest in a market for these products, but it's illegal. No.
Right.